Namaskar. Welcome to the special weekend edition of Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. I'm Kala Shankar. Vision of Asia has been a consistent platform connecting all of us with community events week after week. Thank you for joining us on this hour-long weekly program that brings you the news highlights of the week. This week's stories include a global entry seminar in New Jersey, Lions Club New Voices celebration of International Women's Day, the International Women's Day celebration at the Indian Consulate, New York's largest Chowtaal Sammelan, the endorsement of Melinda Katz for Queens District Attorney, and our weekly segment This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. We will have details on all those stories after the break. On Wednesday, March 13th, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, in association with Royal Albert's Palace, provided a unique opportunity for community members to learn about and apply for the Global Entry Program. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection members provided information through a presentation and a question and answer session. Volunteers were on hand for those who wanted to apply immediately. The online application takes approximately 3 to 4 weeks to be approved before steps can be taken for finalization.
Good evening. Hi, my name is Deputy Chief Officer Labello with Customs and Border Protection as part of Homeland Security. We're here at the Royal Albert Palace to give a presentation on the Global Entry Program as part of CBP. Global Entry assists passengers, expedites their arrival at all U.S. ports. We're here to help them with the application process, answer any questions that anybody in the community might have. We'll do our best to answer those questions, and hopefully everyone gets something out of this program tonight. Again, thank you to Albert Gisani, all the volunteers here tonight, and we appreciate you allowing us to come and give this presentation.
We really, on behalf of the Indian American community, would like to thank Homeland Security, because this is a great initiative, because our community is very affluent, very mobile, and they travel so much inside the USA as well as outside USA, and this kind of global entry makes life so easy. So I urge everyone to apply for this global entry and make your life more convenient and easy when you are traveling around the country as well as around the world. Thank you, and thank you, Albert, for hosting this thing, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. Officer Labello, Mr. Marcos, and his team. Really, I must congratulate Albert Gisani for taking this initiative and hosting this event. Officer Labello, we really, on behalf of Indian American community, I would like to thank you, because this is an initiative which will be very useful to our community. As you know, our community is very affluent, our community is very entrepreneurial, our community is very professional. So to have this global entry facility, really community will be very appreciative of your time and effort to explain and make it easy how to apply for global entry. Thank you very much, and thank you, officer, thank you, Marcos, and thank you, Homeland Security personnel. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all immigration people came over here to do the good job for our community. Our community is a good community, and same way the Homeland Security, they are good people too. So this is the reason we're doing this function, to know each other. So I do like a lot of contribution to American people, do the lot of programs. And because of my customers, is helping me to do the all programs. I thanks to my customer too.
Just to give you an idea of the folks that are refused entry, we only refuse about 800 people a day at all of our ports of entry. So it's a very small group of people that are not allowed to come into the U.S. because they lack documentation or what have you.
It's a great program and organized by Mr. Labello and Royal Albert Palace and Albert Gisani. it's interesting that we sometimes suffer on airport, and this will help you a lot to come in and out very easily and participate and apply for the pass. Thank you.
They are the one initiated such a great initiative to have the global entry card on your doorstep. Nothing can be better than that. And thank you to the officer giving extra time after work hour. This is amazing. And we salute for that one, for all the efforts, for all the time. And thank you so much for helping to the community to achieve certain things without doing extra work. So thanks, and thank you so much. On behalf of Federation of Indian Association, we thank you all our community member here.
And which was very informative for us, and it gave us some more detailed explanation. We tried doing application online, but we were stuck in the middle, and the officers here were very helpful to give us that guidance on that, how to complete it, and just wait now for another 5-6 weeks until it's approved.
I like to say thank you to Albert Jasani, who organized this program for the Indian community, Indian American community, to come here and fill up this global entry form. And we already started the application, and then we had a chance to talk personally to the officers, and we finished our application. So it was a good to have this program, so people can have their own question answered to be answered by the officers. Thank you.
And I'm really appreciate for the officer to helping out this part, because a lot of time you have a question, you call and you're holding the line, but this right now you physically you ask the question, and I talk to the officer and he say every question they will answer today. So they really help to our community, and I say thanks to the Albert Palace and Sudhir Bhai and everybody to helping out this kind of project. And Albert always mainstream, always help all the seminars here.
I want to congratulate Albert Jasani for organizing such a important gathering for all Indian American community and mainstream community. And it's very important for all of us to be having this facility, and we are very happy to be here and part of this meeting and to learn about this entry and get as I bring my own passport also with my wife. Thank you.
Lions Club International's mission is to empower volunteers to serve their communities, meet humanitarian needs, encourage peace, and promote international understanding through Lions Clubs. Since 1920, Lions Club International is the world's largest humanitarian service organization that has been active in New Jersey. They support local causes in addition to their main causes of hunger, sight, diabetes, pediatric cancer, and environment. Last Sunday, the New Jersey Lions sponsored New Voices, a networking event for female entrepreneurs and executives. This event was held at the Hilton Garden Inn in Edison. Attendees participated in discussions regarding the challenges faced by women entrepreneurs and the corporate sector social responsibility. The speakers included past International Director Sangeet Jatia, Global Chairperson of New Voices, and Elaine P. McLean, Regional Director of NJSBDC. Here's the report.
We have started this new initiative, New Voices, with the help of our Council Chairman, Mahesh Chitnis. In this event, what we are trying to do, we are trying to get the new voices with the voice and the power, so that can go to next level. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to get people on board who can help them. This year we invited SBDC because SBDC helps small businesses and tell them how they can take their business to next level. So I would encourage all the people to come and join this event when we have it next time. And they can reach out to me at Lion Komuldangi. My email is komuldangi@gmail.com. And we would like to give you more information on the program. And we welcome you, and we always want the women to be empowered and take them to the next level. Thank you.
You as leading women in business, entrepreneurship, in your professions, you make an impact. That is what our focus this year in Lions Clubs has been about. Your voices, your new voices. Within our association, we have more than 100 years history of community service. But most of that service was conducted by clubs made up of men only. This year we have focused on balance for better. Balance for better ideas. Balance for better governance and decision making. Balance for better connections in our community. Every one of us, male or female, needs to contribute to the betterment of our communities. All of us want to live in safe, healthy communities, right? Right. All of us want to raise our children or grandchildren in healthy communities, right? Yes. Lions Clubs are dedicated to building strong, healthy communities. Now we're doing that in over 200 countries around the world. This is a global network. And when you join a Lions Club, you become part of that networking.
My name is Armando Guerra, the District Governor for 16J, New Jersey, and today we're celebrating International Women's Day. And we just finished having an event over here at the Sheraton in the Radisson Center, and it was a great success. We had many professional women out here with their new voices, and we're here. We're here to actually share, and we want them to also be here with us in Lions to have their voices as well. So we invited them to come and join our organization. With that, we thank you so much, ITV, for broadcasting at this event. We appreciate you.
The fact that I was just listening to all of you, hearing what you're doing and seeing you putting your hands up that yes, this is what we're doing, obviously you are just not plain lazy, you are energetic people. So that's for sure. And today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, it goes on. For me, celebration of International Women's Day is probably through the year till we come to the next 8th of March, right? Because it's always a celebration. But celebration together with doing something is so important. And that is why we believe that it's about doing something different. You need to earn the money. You need to pass your time. You need to do something definitely. I totally agree. But together with that, you also need to do something which is good for the soul, right? You need to do something which makes you smile. You need to do something which makes you sleep better at night.
It was a great opportunity and a great privilege to be invited to participate in this Lions Club event during the International Women's Day time frame. I spoke to the organization about becoming more empowered as a female entrepreneur. We talked about ways to be successful, help the business grow, make decisions that will be useful and beneficial for the future of your business, and also, most importantly, how to look good on paper, making sure that your financials are in order, because one day you may be presenting to an investor or presenting to a lender, and you want to make sure that your company has the very best light.
We are here to celebrate the International Women's Day with a networking for business women and executives to support them, to help the businesses grow. And at the same time, when these businesses will grow, they will support our communities. So our goal is to bring in these new voices into our organization so that we can serve more and more people. That was the goal for the event today. It was a very successful event. It was a room full event. And we are proud that like so many women came in and they shared their stories and they shared their business cards with each other and wanted to work with each other. And that is what it is all about. And it was really a good event, and this will continue. Thank you, ITV, for coming in and supporting us and taking this information to the entire world. Thank you so much.
Stay right where you are. Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community resumes after the break. On March 8th, the Consul General of India, New York, in conjunction with the FIA of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, held a Women's Leadership Conference. This event was organized at the Indian Consulate to acknowledge women's contributions to society on International Women's Day. Here are some highlights.
We are here at the Indian Consulate to celebrate the International Women's Day. We have started this last year and we have tremendous response from the community. I believe there are a lot of empowered women here today, and we are looking forward to make sure we gave them the right tools to fight this world, and we are with them to making sure we take the pride to have our back to powerful women. On behalf of Federation of Indian Association, I really congratulate all the powerful women in Tri-State, and we are proud to honor them today.
My father always told me that, son, when you grow up, be a leader of men, but always a follower of women. So I have taken his advice very seriously, and I always try to do that. We come from different cultures, but when we come to the United States, we had a feeling, at least I had a feeling, that women in the United States were more advanced. They had more equitable and equal position in government, in corporate world, in education. But we find that it may be only a question of degrees, and women all over the world do not occupy the place and the position that they are supposed to occupy. It is the same story in India, it is the same story in the United States, and all kinds of ceilings are put, all kinds of barriers are put before women. But what is encouraging is that women know how to break those barriers, women know how to overcome those challenges, and I think that is the story that we tell on the International Women's Day.
बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोग्राम था. There are like a couple of speakers here, and our Consulate General Sandeep Chakravarti, his wife, and all these beautiful women here. I was one of them with them to get a honor here with FIA. I really feel proud to get this award, and I also want to invite all the people to come. My next event, India Fair, which is a big event that we promote all the local businesses, and a lot of fun there for 2 days. Please come April 20 and 21st.
Instead, help me become someone who is compassionate towards all, for it's important to be humane. Man or woman, doesn't matter at all. Don't fear for me or instill your own fears in me. Fear of adventure, fear of new things, fear of failure, fear of falling down. For the world out there is waiting to tell me those things anyway. I will need you to tell me that I am strong, that I am capable of great things, that I should dream big dreams, that I can be whatever I want. Make me strong, that I may pick myself when I fall. Teach me to dust myself and carry on. Teach me that I can do whatever it is that excites me, that I can be my own support when I need it.
Today we've celebrated International Women's Day at the Consulate along with the FIA. It's been a wonderful event. We've had such wonderful women speakers. The FIA has awarded so many women across categories in different sectors. One just feels very, very good to see women breaking stereotypes and achieving their dreams. You know, I would just like to wish a very happy Women's Day to all of you. Thank you.
We are here at the Indian Consulate on International Women's Day, and it's been such a celebration tonight. I've met women from all over the US and all over India doing extraordinary things, everything from female pilots from Air India to teachers to media personalities, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful way to connect with other women around the world and express our love for each other and International Women's Day. So thanks for having me.
But it's something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. Because after that, I thought, what would my mom want me to do? She would want me to persevere and keep going and follow my dreams. And that's what I want for all women out there. But it's what I knew I wanted for myself as well. But it taught me a valuable lesson. I went on to create the first episode of my equitrekking series, which has won 3 Daytime Emmy Awards. It's on TV in over 85 nations. It's taken me so many amazing places. And after my mom passed away, I thought every day of my life, I'm going to take this day and make it the best that I can. Because life is really short. I think we all know that in here. And you realize it at some point, how short life is. That you really have to savor every day. So I always tell people, whether you're a woman or a man, or whether you think you have some hindrances that you cannot go after what you want, it's not true. And I think you should go after what you want in life. And you should go after your dreams, because you only live once. And you have a brief amount of time on this earth.
I'm from Bihar, where girls don't dream of becoming actresses. Proud of my roots, step by step, I reached here right in front of you. And I got an award from Jackie Chan in Hong Kong, China. That is why me. I come from a joint family, conservative family, very well educated, caste family from Bihar. As I said, the girls don't dream of becoming actors there. We are designed and guided only and only to excel in academic careers, doctors, engineers. And one day, with a lot of courage and effort, I went to my mother and I said, I want to learn Taekwondo. My mother looked at my face and she blanked out completely. She's like, a girl from Patna sitting in school in some 3rd, 4th standard saying, I want to learn Taekwondo. And my mother was like, I don't know what to do with you. You know, you're just impossible. I said, I don't care. I want to learn Taekwondo. Because it's come in this school and everybody is learning and I have to learn it. And she stood by me. She fought for me. Against the whole family, she did fight for me. And I was learning Taekwondo. For 3 months, I rigorously practiced. I looked at her face and I was like, I fight for my right. Because this is what I have earned. And that is why I'm here.
Happy International Women's Day to all of us. I'm very proud to be one, and I'm sure all of you are proud to be a woman and all the women around you. Thank you so much.
On March 10th, the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha USA Prant held New York's largest Chowtaal Sammelan at the Prem Bhakti Mandir in Jamaica, Queens. This was the 5th annual community gathering to celebrate all mandirs, Chowtaal goals, and kirtan groups. Over 20 Chowtaal groups participated in the event. Here are some glimpses. Take a look.
So here, we're actually here at the event, and he's looking really nice, decorated with the colors, as we are celebrating the season of Holi. So first of all, let me congratulate you, Mr. Chairman. How's the feeling with actually the event is more than halfway concluded, but how's the feeling actually?
Imran, I must say that I'm very, very satisfied. The Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha USA Prant is very, very satisfied with the turnout, with the participation, with so many Chowtaal girls that really come out today and have a huge event, Chowtaal Sammelan 2019.
So, you know, for so many young children that are so interested and so, you know, enthusiastic about Chowtaal, bringing this initiative on behalf of your committee, what is something that you would say to your committee and also to the young people to get more and more involved in Chowtaal singing?
But I must say that over the years, we are bringing a lot of young people to sing Chowtaal. It is very encouraging that they are so excited about an event like this. Knowing that they can turn out and perform in an event like this, it gives us hope that this culture has a far way to go, especially when we are having Chowtaal goal by children only. It gives us encouragement, and we will continue, the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha will continue to preserve this culture, to bring it alive, and to encourage young people to come on board.
भगवंता ना कोई, अरे जिसके मुख पर राम नाम, अरे जिसके मुख पे राम नाम, सबसे धनवंता हो गया भला सिया रे राम करे जयमाला, 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 सिया रे राम करे
Don't go anywhere. We will return with more Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, right after these messages from our sponsors. New American Voters Association, PAC, along with the South Asian and Indo-Caribbean community, gave their support to Honorable Melinda Katz by officially endorsing her for Queens District Attorney on March 9th. Ms. Katz was New York City Councilwoman from 2002 to 2009 and is currently the Queensborough President.
It's time for our women.
So we all together for Melinda Katz. This is not us to talk. Melinda will talk. She has experience in all levels of the government, including council and state and Queensborough President. She knows the community better. She knows the immigrants' value. She knows Muslim value. She understands the community. She can make sure the justice will be served. And we have a lot of people here who came forward to support Melinda. We have some differences, but here, everybody, please give a round of applause for every one of you who came here tonight today.
It's a great day for Queens. Especially, it's a great day for New American community. Because we are about to endorse someone who deeply cares about this community. Whether you are a first generation American or second generation, it doesn't matter. We can empower each other through our unity. We have a unique opportunity and take advantage of this moment by electing someone for the first time to represent Queens in the DA's office.
I've gotten to know the South Asian Indo-Caribbean community really well, and I am so honored of the relationships that we have built. Sometimes we don't always support the same candidates. Sometimes you don't always support the same causes, and I think sometimes people don't really get that. But today we stand in solidarity because we all stand in solidarity for a better Queens, a better United States. And we all stand in solidarity for the fact that this is the United States of America. And no matter what number 45 down in Washington says, we are inclusive, we are diverse, and that inclusivity and that diversity is the gift that we give the rest of the United States of America. And you all standing around here today have given your faith and your families to this great borough of Queens. Yes. I'm really excited to be out here today at Diversity Plaza with all the great support from the South Asian community. We are running a campaign of justice for victims, but also justice for defendants. We are 190 countries, we are 200 languages, and the District Attorney's Office needs to reflect the fairness that has to come into every single proceeding in the Queens courthouses. So I'm excited to have the support today, but I'm more excited to start working in the District Attorney's Office, making sure that we provide the tools that people need in order to find that justice here in Queens. End cash bail, get the guns off the street, make sure that we have a conviction integrity unit for those that have been convicted in the past and need their convictions to be looked over. So today I've been very honored to earn the support of so much of the community, and I look forward to serving on January 1st as the District Attorney. The election is June 25th. We hope that everyone comes out and votes. Thank you.
Next up is our weekly segment, This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh.
And now time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, Chairman of ITV Gold and Parekh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher and India advocate in This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh.
Well, hello there everyone, I'm Aditi Lamba and welcome to yet another exciting edition of This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, our one-on-one with one and only Dr. Sudhir Parekh, who brings us so much insight into being Indian Americans, into being community leader, into really having that advocating that voice for us. So on the show today, let's welcome Dr. Sudhir Parekh. We'll be talking to him about something that is the current hot topic for many South Asian media companies, which is the upcoming Indian general elections in the month of May of 2019. On the show, so let's welcome him and see what are the things that we should look into, what are the key factors of these elections, and where does the Indian youth participate in that. So, welcome again on the show, Dr. Parekh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Parekh, every week we have you here really discussing sort of like a look into things that impact Indians globally, but also things that will really change the dialogue of the Indian expression and Indian people. So these elections that we're coming to look at in May, they're supposed to be the largest electoral votes ever that are going to come in. 900 million people are up to be eligible to vote in this election. We're supposed to have the largest election in decades that have seen. What are your takes on what is going on, about this Indian election that's coming up? And, how important do you think the months of April and May are going to be when you're talking about Indian people and the Indian government?
Well, I mean, let's start with the what is the election in any democracy?
Right.
Election is nothing but is a festival of democracy.
Right.
The real other name of the election in democracy is a festival of democracy.
Correct.
So this is real festival where every 5 years the common person, whether he is a poor, rich or otherwise, he has a right to exercise his vote, his feeling, his liking, his disliking,
right.
and he can relate his self. Whatever is happening to his life, his
right.
family life,
right.
and that's how usually people vote on their own personal experience. Even though there is several parties, several ideology of the parties,
right.
but at the end of the day, most of the electorate, whether he is educated or non-educated,
right.
they vote depending upon their own personal experience, and that's how. And this is a great festival for democracy, and in this festival we are lucky that India is a largest democracy.
Right.
As you said, 900 million people are going to vote. That is unheard of, unprecedented in the world any democracy.
Right.
And not only that, but the beauty about Indian democracy, or these 900 crore people who are voting,
Right.
half of them are illiterate, literally speaking. I mean,
That's
in
true.
definition of the literacy is
That's
if
true.
someone is educated less than 9th grade, they are illiterate.
Right.
And still, we are so lucky that Indian population are, whether they are literate, they are in the villages, they are farmers, or they are even beggars.
Right.
But they have some ideas what's going on around them.
Right.
So that's the beauty about democracy.
Right, like giving that access to the most common people on the most common ground.
Not only that, but
and having
access-
that advocating that voice.
Right. Not only that, but giving that access to everyone.
Right.
But everyone in the India, particularly, they are very so much proud and aware of their rights.
Right.
Unlike Western democracy, where people are more educated, people are more well-to-do, so
Correct.
they take it granted.
That's true. That's true.
Well, it is reverse in India, and I personally feel that I really feel very proud of our Indian brothers and sisters.
Right, and just talking about this election, where I really want to go to is the fact that there is such a huge push for voter participation. That is actually something that even in the United States we're struggling with right now, that we feel that there are so many people that are eligible to vote, yet people are not going outside and casting their vote. But in India, it's extremely important for the right party to win, for the right party, to have those ideologies be set ahead. So let's talk about these elections. You have the Bharatiya Janata Party and you have the Congress Party. A huge focus on the Indian youth, and that's another focus of our channel as well. Where do you think the Indian youth is currently looking at when you're looking at these elections? We are hearing about topics such as job security, we're talking about topics like terrorism, we're talking about social media even as one of the issues, we're talking about freedom of expression, freedom of love, equality, gender rights, women's rights, so much more going on. What are your opinions on this?
Well, I mean, I just read a couple of large surveys done by India Today and CNN, Channel 18, and and NDTV, they all are showing that most important issue, almost 36% of the population believe that most important issue is unemployment or employment, whatever way you want to say. The second one is, of course, national security, and since last 3 weeks we all are concerned about national security. Third one is then it comes the farmer or agriculture crisis, or education or corruption and so forth. So, but I think right now, because out of 900, probably 35% of the population is under 35.
Yeah.
And obviously, when we were also young, our first priority is employment.
Exactly.
So, because education and employment, right?
Right.
So, I think in this coming election, my personal feeling is that probably unemployment will play a big role in the upcoming election.
What about the section for rural development? Since a huge part of the community and a huge part of India is rural, do you think their issues are going to be significantly different? And those are two sections, the youth and the rural population that should be targeted?
Still we have almost 60% of India is rural.
Rural, exactly.
And in the rural, the most important part is agriculture.
Right.
And we have some agricultural crisis going on. So whoever government comes, whichever government comes, and current today's government is doing its best to help that agricultural crisis. So that's another most important issue will be in this election.
How do you think the population of India per se should sort of handle it and sort of talk about it? The conversations are very important when it comes to election time, because now we're looking at India as a very major player in so many global issues, and in like a dialogue to bring forth technology, bring forth advancement, medicine and everything. How do you think people need to sort of think to see where India should go in order for its progress, in order for jobs, in order for rural upliftment? Where do you think our alignment should be?
Of course, we are moving bounce on lips on the upward direction, And during election, there are a lot of platforms where people can participate, right from the media, social media, print media. Plus, in India, there is a uniqueness of the India is that because I remember very clearly when I was young, and particularly when my college day in India, we used to get together in our small what we used to call is street, or we call is our area, where we used to in the evening everybody used to get together and discuss and talk about. Somebody will say that this party is good, somebody will say other party is good, and so India's democracy is very vibrant, very dynamic and very versatile, and I'm very proud of that quality of the Indian democracy. And of course, whoever government comes in the power should take India. There are two India there. One is rural India, one is urban India. So urban India, of course, is moving forward, moving along nicely with the Western world. But rural area, there is still kind of inequality between those two India. So government has to increase the infrastructure, increase their availability of the education to the rural area, increase the availability of agricultural technology, and I think that will bring the inequality into the balance.
Do you think the elections would be very close this year? They're saying that they're basically saying in media, as we hear, since yesterday, actually this week, both the campaigns have kicked off with the Gandhis being in Gujarat, basically setting up their stage and preparation, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his entire team in Varanasi. It's very clear they're starting off their stages. Where do you think the closest is going to be, according to you, and do you think this is going to be an election which will really bring forth the best for India?
I think always elections are close election, because there is always enough people on the both sides. But I personally believe that majority government or stable government is necessary for growth of the India or progress of India. So if BJP as a single party comes in the majority, and they did a very good work in last 5 years, and if we give them another 5 years, probably it's better for India.
Right. I have to ask you, while we are wrapping up this week with Dr. Sudeep Parekh, I would love for you to give one advice out to the entire NRI population, but especially the population from here that is eligible to vote, because this is the first year where if you are an overseas Indian who has an Indian passport, you are eligible to vote if you're in India. There are certain requirements and credentials about it, but I would love for you to give an advice out for them.
Well, I think all those NRIs who are Indian origin, who carries Indian passport, they try to vote, they should vote, even though they have to go, they should register, and if necessary, they should make a trip, if they can afford to India and vote, because the right of vote is a very precious right, or out of all civil rights, I think right to vote, a right to express yourself is number one. So I urge them to register yourself as an NRI and try to, if you can, try to go to India and exercise your right to vote.
All right, well, that was none other than Padma Shri Dr. Sudeep Parekh with us on This Food with Dr. Parekh. Dr. Parekh, any last comments?
Yes, I mean, as I say, that democracy, election is a festival of democracy. Please be part of it. Be part of the history making, and exercise your right to vote. So this is all for this week, but we'll see you again next week. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
That is all the time we have for today's Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. Do become a friend of the ITV Gold page on Facebook to have access to our live shows as well as other programs. Feel free to share details of events by emailing us at events@itvgold.com and subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel. Please be safe while you're out celebrating St. Patrick's Day today. I want to see you next week at the same time. Until we meet again, have a great week ahead. I'm Kala Shankar. Namaste.